I've been back on coffee, just like sporadically reintroducing it to my morning routine. I just kind of missed the taste of it. So every now and then I'll have a little cup. It's been a while since we've vlogged, so I figure it was high time for us to catch up. I'm rocking the curls the past couple of days. These are second day curls, so I feel like they're always just a little more difficult. I don't know about you curly girls out there, but I tend to prefer first day curls. Just a preference. I'm actually getting ready to do something fun today. There's a local fragrance company in Nashville started by a couple, a husband and wife duo, called Ranger Station. You might have heard of them. They've done collections for candles with Noah Kahan, with Ernest Tubb. Is it Ernest Hub or Ernest Tubb? You can tell I don't listen to country music. But they're really sweet. We're acquaintances through just the Nashville community, different friends. Jordan, the wife, has been seeing some of my fragrance content. And I think, honestly, just my appreciation for fragrance and my love of it, and has invited me to come in and just play around with her and Steve and smell some things, make some content, and share my experience. I already have a fragrance by them that I really love. It's called Jordan's Perfume. If you like sort of a skin scent, woodsy, really wearable fragrance, it's perfect. I would say if you like Another 13, I don't know what by DS and Durga, Juliet Has a Gun, Not a Perfume, you would love Jordan's Perfume. I just feel like they're a really great company if you want to support local. Not a ton has changed in my makeup routine. Still not wearing foundation, mostly just doing color corrector and concealer. I will show you a little bit of a different method that I've been using to apply my blush. Once I do a little bit of color corrector for the dark spots, just to add a little bit of brightness in, I'll go in with my blush. I almost exclusively use the Patrick Ta blush in She's Wanted. Patrick himself has said this is a universal shade. It's a little dark, but don't be intimidated. I feel like with this method, it really sort of sheers out. So before I put on any of my under eye concealer or anything else, I'll go in with the cream side first. And I love blush, so I'll do a little bit of a heavy hand. I'll just add a little bit of color to my cheeks, and then I'll go in with my concealer. Still using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is the hydrating formula. I just like the way that this looks and settles on the skin. Usually I would let my concealer sit for a little bit, but this is on its last leg, so I feel like it already has that sort of tacky consistency that I look for. I'll go in and set. This is just a mini Charlotte Tilbury airbrush, you know, her like famous powder. I am 2 pan for sure, so I'm making every last drop count. And then I'll go in with my contour. I haven't been using any cream contour, mostly because it's not super conducive for my acne, so I just do a little bit of powder contour. This is the Makeup Forever Artist Sculpt in the shade Marvelous Peanut. It's a cool toned contour, so I find that it really does the job. I'll contour my nose a little bit with it. And then what I'll do is I'll go in and apply bronzer. For this, I'm using the BK Beauty 101 brush. And this isn't a bronzer brush, but I find that it works really well for depositing a bit of color to the skin. Gorgeous. And then what I'll do is I'll apply my powder blush. Same She's Wanted palette. Now this powder is so pigmented, so usually I'll wipe off the excess and go in with a light hand. See, you can see it's already a little bit intense, but we will fix that. Then what I'll do is I'll go in and bake my under eye. And I just find that this helps the blush and the contour blend together more seamlessly. Because I love blush, I think sometimes it can get a little bit intense. And I'm just baking with the BK Beauty. It's BK Beauty? The Beauty Bakery flour setting powder. This is also acne safe. And then I'll just let that set while I do my eyebrows and my mascara. One thing I've really been reflecting on the past few days, sort of this question of what aspects about myself have I sort of cast into the darkness or deemed undesirable or repulsive or unacceptable in society because of what I've been taught, the environments that I've existed in, I've been having a lot of dreams that I feel have been very symbolic of this sort of theme. I don't think we realize how often we reject parts of ourselves. I mean, I was reading a book this morning and the author argued that when we come into this world, we're taught to reject aspects of ourselves. Our parents had ideas of who they wanted us to be. They wanted a good boy or a good girl that fit their standard of what good was. And this is consciously or subconsciously, right? I think we can all attest, you know, we had great parents that did their best, but it's just one of those sort of facts of life. And so from a very young age, we've been taught what's acceptable about ourselves and what are things that we need to sort of banish to the shadows and try and achieve or do whatever act you feel like redeems those qualities to distance ourselves from them. If we're denying aspects of ourselves, whether they're aspects we find unfavorable or undesirable or not, we're denying the full picture of the truth of who we are. And I think it's in those, at least for me, qualities that you find your destiny, your purpose, the stuff that's gold and that really makes you unique. A lot of my journaling work lately has been about reclaiming those parts of myself. First, having awareness for those parts that I cast out and the reasons that I did, and then sort of having the courage to look at them closely and come into greater relationship with them so that I can showcase and present a truer version of who I am to the world. I mean, for me, it seems like it fits so seamlessly together. Like, I don't know if it makes sense from an outside view, but it makes a lot of sense to me that I want to do this profession and that these would be sort of the wounds and the lessons that I need to overcome. Because, I mean, so much of social media and the society that we exist in today values very specific qualities that are put on a pedestal: beauty, wealth, success, achievement. But we don't often ask ourselves why we want those things and the deeper why behind them. Is it to distance ourselves from something we don't like about ourselves? And I think when we can come into contact with, come into communion with, build a relationship with all parts of ourselves, we get a fuller picture of who we are, and then we can make decisions that are more appropriately aligned with our own version of the greatest, highest version of life possible. A lot of my work has been about embracing the truth of who I am, my curly hair, my taste in music, my taste in food, and learning to love those things. I know it's kind of cliche, but I think cliches are so often so because they're true. One thing I really have been liking is this YSL, I think it's called Lash Clash mascara. That's kind of a tongue twister. This is in the waterproof shade. Mascaras to me are kind of all the same. So if I find one that has like a good consistency that separates my lashes well, I like it. This does just that. I really like the applicator and it really stays all day. Like even when I use my cleansing oil, sometimes I can't get all of the residue off. Am I saying you need this mascara? There's no other mascara that can do what this does? No, but if you want to try it, I do think it's good. And to be fair, I don't really feel that way about any mascara. I do really like the Maybelline Sky High mascara, and that's one I've repurchased over and over, and it's drugstore. So if you're gonna choose one, just go with Maybelline. But if you have money to blow and you want to have a YSL Beauty mascara, this one's good. A few faux freckles. I had a comment one time that was like, Tiana, you're so beautiful, but why the faux freckles? And I'm like, I don't know, I just like them. So maybe I'll look back one day and think it was cringe, but for right now, I like them. A couple of lip liners I've really been loving. One, the Maybelline lip liners. Apparently these are dupes for the Fenty lip liners. I find that these stay really well. I wish they had more of a shade range. I find that the shades all kind of look very similar and they pull very pinky. I wish they were a little more nude and neutral, but these are really good. My favorite shade is called On It, but I have it in Out of Line, and then I have it in the darkest shade too, which I can't remember what the name is. And then I've really been loving these Jones Road, the lip pencils. I have this in the shade Rosewood. I think this is the one I'll use today. I find that these, not only is the packaging cute, but these stay really well and they apply really nicely. I feel like they have a better shade range as well. I feel like these are kind of dummy proof for people who aren't really good at doing lip liner. So that's the color. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of this KKW Beauty RIP Nude 2.5 in the center, which is also kind of warm, and I don't like that. Just for a little like ombre effect. Yeah, that's pretty cute. And then I'm gonna top it with some Summer Fridays lip balm butter, or you know what this is, lip butter balm. And this is in the shade Vanilla Beige, I believe. I'm doing a little bit of setting spray. This is the Clean Up Hungry Mist by Amoravita, also very pricey. I don't think you need this. It has like mineral compounds from their thermal springs in Hungary. Fancy. And that is really the makeup look. So I will bring you guys along for fragrance testing and we'll see what else we get up to today. Okay, so here's the final look. The top is from H&M. The jeans are thrifted. I believe they're 505s. They might be 550s. The flip-flops are Havaianas. I'm gonna wear them while I can. The necklace and the bag are thrifted. The bangles are Jenny Bird. You guys have seen these a million times. And then the glasses are from this little boutique in Nashville, but I really love them. Let's go smell some fragrances. Oh, this is so nice. Is this 1992? This is
1992. Yeah, so we did this with Ernest. His most recent album is just called Nashville, Tennessee, but he was doing he's like, I'm listening to a lot of Conway Twitty and all this like old 70s country, and that's his whole album's inspired by like 70s country. I went into the archives, if you will, and studied 70s like men's fragrances to find like what was really popular. Because men's fragrance in the 70s and 80s was so different than like what people would call masculine. Now it's fresh. It's still got this musky warmth on the bottom, but it's still like really fresh and green. It's called a Fougere fragrance, which it means fern-like. But Chypre and Fougere fragrances are the two like classic men's styles of fragrances.
Chypre is a classic men's style?
Yeah, like going way back like 40s, 50s, like Chypre is like very...
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
Has a work pit stop.
Yeah.
Stocking up.
Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry I kind of left you hanging the other day after we went to Ranger Station. My memory card ran out of storage and I was in the middle of a conversation and didn't really have time to delete space and continue vlogging. So thus the weird break in vlogging. Let me set you guys up somewhere so we can chat a little more. I did want to show you guys what I ended up leaving Ranger Station with. It was so much fun getting to talk to Steve, the founder, and his wife Jordan, who I believe also is heavily involved, if not a co-founder. Steve does so much of his fragrance procurement and blends in-house, which is really cool. Much like other work in the industry, with fragrance you can contract out different things, but it was really cool to see sort of the behind the scenes of Ranger Station and all of the different raw ingredients, and to kind of see how something becomes an actual Ranger Station fragrance. I've been a fan of the brand for so long. It's born and raised in Nashville. I really just think the founders have done such a great intentional job of growing it. So it was just fun to go in and sort of geek out over fragrance. But I wanted to show you guys what I left with. I kind of surprised myself. The two that I was most intrigued by were one, a very vanilla forward fragrance, which if you know me, you know I don't really love a gourmand. This one called 1992, which I love because it's the year I was born. This is a collaboration with Ranger Station and Ernest. He's a country singer. A very green fragrance resembling that of like a Chypre, and then it also has some cedar components to it as well to sort of mimic like guitars and that sort of Nashville nostalgia. So I absolutely love this. It reminds me a little bit of 11th Hour by Byredo in the sense that there's like, I don't know if it's pine or what it is, but it feels a little resemblant of the holidays. I think this is something that is super unisex. Even though it was a fragrance that was designed by two men, I think it's something that a lot of women would love as well. It's fresh, it's woody, it's a little bit spicy, but it's really unexpected. And the first thing I thought of was like, it's just really cool. So that's what I got from Ranger Station. I wanted to show you a couple of other things. I feel like we've gotten some exciting things in the mail. I went to go get my nails done like 5 weeks ago. You can see they're really grown out. I went to an event and they put little stickers on them. And I went to get a Russian manicure, which is honestly my new favorite thing. I have an appointment to go again in like a few days, a week or so. I got these quickies. I don't know if you guys have heard of these, but these are press-on nails, but they just have the cutest little designs. I don't know if you can see. These ones are like little cherries. These ones have like red with little sparkles. These ones have like multicolored tips, and they're supposed to be like high quality salon quality press-on. So I'm really excited because, not gonna lie, the Russian manicures are not cheap just because they do last a really long time. So in between salon sessions, I'm really excited to give these a try. I love the different shapes and everything. And then I also wanted to show you, I got the latest launch from Violet FR, which is really fun. I've been really wanting to try this brand. It's not Violet, it's Violette FR. It's by Violette FR on YouTube if you know her. She's just like a really chic, cool Parisian woman, and all of the launches she's done previously to this, she has like a cool blue eyeshadow eyeliner. She has these like matte lipsticks that are really nice, have looked really, really cool. So I was really excited to receive these. They're like moisturizing on the outer rim, and then they have some color on the inner rim. So they're supposed to be shiny, but with a little bit of pigment in them as well. I already have lip gloss on, so I won't be able to show you, but I thought these were really cool and just like an unfussy way to do a lip product. So I really like those. The packaging is really chic, to be expected. Yeah, I feel like that's really all of the exciting things that I wanted to show you. Sam and I are getting ready to go to Dunkin Donuts. I'm not really a Dunkin Donuts coffee girl, but I saw this TikToker say that she loves their blueberry donut coffee, and I really want to try it. So we're gonna go grab that, and then we're doing a massive closet clean out. My friend Chelsea asked me to do a closet sale with her, and even before she asked me to do that, I had been telling Sam that each weekend we were gonna do a project around the house. The weekend before last was cleaning out our laundry room. Last weekend was a deep clean of the house, and then this weekend we're tackling closets. So we'll bring you along for all of it and let you know what we think about the blueberry donut coffee. Up. Good up. Hi, can I do a medium iced blueberry donut coffee with the sweet cold foam? And then can I do that decaf and half sweet with just one cream? Sorry, I know that's complicated.
$3.92, babe.
Thank you. Have a good one. Let's try this.
I mean, you're not gonna drink that much.
Says who? Wow, it's actually really good. I wish they put a little more ice in it. Well, I think the half sweet was the move. Yum. Okay. All right. Dunkin, I see you. Want to try it?
Sure.
Katie wants to try it too. Not your swag,
Yeah, it's good.
but the blueberry is nice. I don't know what.
Yeah, it does need way more ice though.
She was right. This is the move. A little complicated, but it's delicious. This is the current state of the house. But don't let that be your determining factor of how much we've done. Why does my hair look like this? It looks like a comb over. We did all our drawers, organized those. These weren't even closing before, so we really needed to get those done. We did Sam's closet in here. Our closets in this space are super small, so we have these IKEA built-ins in the other room. And then Sam and I split closets. We organized all of Sam's stuff, which was great progress, and now we're tackling the IKEA closets too. Big undertaking, but we can do it. I feel like I do this closet like every 3 months, but c'est la vie. I feel like we should go, well, that's fine.
I don't care.
I feel like you're gonna get unmotivated after we are done with your stuff. So.
There's room for it.
Okay, so you can tell we've been working for quite a while now by the state of my hair, but we are finally done. I feel like we have it in a good place. I think I underestimated how long the project would actually take. I didn't realize how bad the closets were, but now that we've done it, I feel so much better. So let me show you what we were working with. I thought I should have done a before so you guys could see the state of it before, but you saw what we were working with. Like I said, I don't have the best storage solutions right now, but we're working with what we have. This middle one is mine. I have bags and hats. I put swimsuits in that tote up there just because it's gonna be fall and it'll be next season. I decided to hang my jeans from like smallest to largest, and I tried to like coordinate them together. I also have like a handful of pants over there. Then it's really like my everyday tops button downs. I hung my cashmere. I know you're not supposed to do that, but it just seemed like the most economic solution. And then I have a few jackets and then like a random pair of overalls. And then down here, I put some more of my thicker knits. Yeah, we're testing that out with the athleisure and like sweatshirts in the middle, and then jeans that are a little too small for me at the current moment, and other pants down there. And then I have some like shoes over there. So feeling pretty satisfied with that. And then in this closet, I didn't get to do my shoe boxes. That's a project for a different day. But I basically have dresses and occasion wear and skirts because they're kind of long and they need to touch, you know, further. And then I have my jacket collection, which this isn't even the majority of my jackets. I have a few of them in storage too that I'm gonna have to go get as the temps kind of drop. But I really have like vests, blazers, and then jackets, and then dresses and skirts and occasion wear. That's my laundry basket. And then over here I have some boots and some other just random shoes. Sam's closet is complete. Is it perfect? No, but it is so much better than what it was, and we're feeling much more organized. It's just such a good feeling when you can get something like that done. So we have 2 big projects checked off the list, and also I have a ton of stuff that I'm gonna be selling at a closet sale coming up with some girlfriends. So if you're in the Nashville area, be on the lookout for dates and times for that. Probably posted on Instagram, but I'll mention it, I'm sure, on YouTube too. Now we just ordered some Wingstop. We just started the the newest season of Love Island USA. So I think we're just gonna chill and stay in because I am just absolutely zonked.